Louise with Borderline. Is Paul Marsh here on Express. Delighted to say I've been joined in the studio by Mr. Jon Brown.
Hello.
Good morning. It's not morning, it's good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Now, we had a very busy few days watching lots of films.
We did.
We'll get this one out of the way very quickly. One film that we saw in London on Thursday night that we absolutely cannot talk about yet.
We cannot talk about it at all whatsoever.
Except
on socials.
on social media.
So, by all means, go and look there, at John Brown TV, at Paul Marsh. Won't tell you the film. We'll leave that little nugget
We'll
treasure
leave that
for you.
where it is. But what we can do is tell you our thoughts on the current cinema releases, which are Ballerina, Clown in a Cornfield, Dangerous Animals, and How to Train Your Dragon, which came out today.
How to Tame Your Dragon,
Yes.
very different film.
Well, yeah. So let's start with, from the world of John Wick, Ballerina. An assassin trained in the traditions of the Ruska Roma organisation sets out to seek revenge after her father's death. What did you think of that one?
Oh, so this is from Len Wiseman, who famously did the Underworld films. So we know he works with female leads very well in Kate Beckinsale, etc. This is his take on the John Wick universe and this spin-off story, which I thought was one of those scenarios where did we really... It's one of those... We're getting a lot of this lately. Do we really need it?
Yes.
Not
I
really.
agree.
But
Yes.
are you kind of happy that it's here? Yeah, it's all right. It's good. It's good fun. Like, I had a lot of fun with it. It is from 87 North, who I absolutely adore. And the spectacle is in the stunt work, right? In the fight scenes, in the stunt work. Ana de Armas has clearly put a lot of work into this.
Yes, agreed.
A lot of work into this. So, yeah, she's great as the character. And, of course, it's nice to see characters from, Angelica Houston, Keanu Reeves himself, of course, in this world, because it is set between the events around John Wick 3 and between John Wick 3 and 4. So that's kind of where we're at in the timeline. Ian McShane, of course, is in the movie as well. So it's nice to be back in that world. It's nice to have those characters. It's nice to see all of those things. Did we need it? Probably not. However, come for the stunts and the spectacle, because that is really where this film shines, and that's what these guys do best. And I've never seen a flamethrower fight, for example,
Well, there is
on
that.
screen
Yes,
before.
there is that.
So yeah, generally, it's okay. I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, does a series of spectacular stunts a narrative story make? I don't know, but certainly it was very entertaining, and I did enjoy myself while I was there.
So
Will I watch it again? Maybe not. But
So you're very much sitting on the fence. But so if
I kind of enjoyed
if I
it.
had to ask you, would you give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
I see you have a very different system to
Yes,
me, don't
we
you?
do, yes.
So I give it a thumbs up, which in my eyes is a 3 stars.
Yes.
Right? So 3 out of 5.
I thought that it looked very much like a computer game. Very much like every time you enter a room, you have to take out different baddies and all of that kind of thing. It was one after another. I did not think the storyline was great, and I thought at the end it was a bit of a crowbarred plot line and all of that kind of stuff. I also want to mention, at times, very poor CGI.
Okay.
It was, in my opinion, some of the CGI was not great. Listen, I think very much like we spoke about with Final Destination, if you like the other Final Destination films, you're going to like Bloodlines. If you like the previous 3 John Wick films, there's a very good chance you're going to like Ballerina as well. Is it up to the John Wick standard? No. Is it in that realm? Yes, of course it is.
It works very well in that world, and of course Tyler Bates did a great job with Joel on the score. The score, he's scored all the other movies, so it rocks.
However,
in that way.
for me, I would have to give it a thumbs down.
Oh,
I know, I do apologise.
Controversial.
Let's move on to Clown in a Cornfield, a fading Midwestern town in which Frendo the Clown, a symbol of bygone success, re-emerges as a terrifying scourge.
Yes, a clown in a cornfield that's a serial killer was a hook for me.
Yeah.
And you were very interested in this one. You were
this is right up my alley. Yeah.
So you were like, let's do it. I was like, yeah, okay, because we had a couple of screenings back to back, and I was like, do you know what? Let's do it. I'll come with you. We'll squeeze this one in. Let's see how we go. But yeah, I got to say, I had a lot of fun with this. It was way better. And I mean this is the greatest compliment. It was way better than I was expecting it to be. And for me, that's a massive plus. That's a massive win. It does take... It takes, and we talked about this analogy yesterday, right, where it takes one sweet from your favourite sweet here and one chocolate bar from your favourite selection box here, and it takes all of the, you're seeing a lot of different types of movies and a lot of tropes in here, which you expect with this, but it's just good old-fashioned B-movie schlock that was a lot of fun. It was very funny at times, and there was a lot in there that I recognise. It borrows very heavily from all your favourite horror movies, but like I said, it's like this pick and mix of all the best things.
Yes.
Did the other things do it better? Yes, of course they did, but there's a lot of fun to be had here, and that's why I think it works, and it was definitely worth a watch. So yeah, thumbs up.
Thumbs up from John. Yeah, I agree. They take lots of parts of Scream and It. I Know What You Did Last Summer. A touch of Hot Fuzz in there as well. It was very funny. Very good gory deaths, very enjoyable, better than what I thought it was going to be as
Absolutely.
well. I would give it a thumbs up as well.
Yeah, 3 stars in my money.
Yes, I would go with that one. I'm going to move on to the third film, which I know you didn't see, Dangerous Animals.
Yes.
So when Zephyr, a savvy, free-spirited surfer, is abducted by a shark-obsessed serial killer and held captive on his boat, she must figure out how to escape before he carries out a ritualistic feeding to the sharks below. Much along the lines of Clown in a Cornfield, I have to say this was a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. I, again, was looking at maybe like a 2 out of 5 or something like that, you know, one of those sort of films. It's really actually quite good. I mean, it's not a 5 out of 5 or anything else like that, but it is very, very good. It's original. I've not seen anything like this before. It promotes the sharks. You think you're going to see a shark movie. You're not.
Yeah,
you're going
the shark's the villain.
You're going to see a serial killer movie. You know, this guy abducts these women, he takes them out and he feeds them to the sharks.
Wow.
Yes, exactly. But
Jai Courtney, right?
It is Jai Courtney.
Yeah.
He's very good at it. He is very, very good.
That's what I'm told.
I forget the actress's name, but she's in Yellowstone. She's in very, very good in Yellowstone as well.
Of course.
It is better than you expect. The acting, across the board, better than you expect. The script is better than you expect. The acting is better than you expect. Lots of nice little twists. I really enjoyed it. I would give it a thumbs up.
Ooh,
Yes.
impressive. I shall seek it out, sir.
Yes, it is very good. It's absolutely worth a watch. So let's move on to our final film, which literally came out this morning.
It did.
It did.
It came out today, so which is kind of why we're both here today
Yes.
at the same time.
It's How to Train Your Dragon.
Yes, it is.
It's the live action remake. So if you haven't seen the original, an ancient threat endangers both the Vikings and the dragons alike on the Isle of Berk. The friendship between Hiccup, an inventive Viking, and Toothless, a night fury dragon, becomes key to both species forging the new future together.
Hands down my favourite thing DreamWorks have ever done.
The original.
And I know Shrek's in this conversation,
Yeah.
but I, for my money,
The original is a classic.
Toothless is my favourite. Toothless to me and Dream, you know, I see Toothless to DreamWorks the same way that Disney would see Mickey Mouse, right? So this is a long-time favourite. It has a lot to live up to. Having Dean DeBlard come back and direct this remake himself, every single person involved behind the scenes of this remake have been involved with the animated series all the way along, so we know it's in very good hands. It is essentially a shot for shot remake plus 25 minutes.
Yeah.
So for me that worked because it added a little more depth to things, and you could flesh a few characters out a bit more. And of course, you know, as composer John Powell himself said on my show recently, moving this to live action, there are some things that translate very well, and so you can add more depth and you can do all those things. I think all of those things work. It's nice to see it in a live action setting. For me, as long as Toothless was they got Toothless right, and I bought into Toothless in a live action version, then I was happy and everything else is plain sailing. Pleased to say Toothless works very, very well in a live action setting. John Powell, of course, we talked about the music. He's back to score it again, adding lots of nuance and new energy to that as well. Really, really, really good. Very happy with it. Definitely would watch it again. 2 thumbs up from me. I really enjoyed it.
There you go. Completely agree. Completely agree. It's really good. Am I right in saying it's their first live action remake?
I think for DreamWorks,
yeah.
I want to say yes.
I want to say yes as well. And if they've got it this good on their first time, wow.
Yeah, I know you had some thoughts about that. You were like, that's how you do a live action remake.
That is how you do a live action remake. It's fantastic casting. They've got the casting absolutely on point.
Nico Parker's great. Mason Thames is great. They're all really
the young
good.
kids all nail it. They're brilliant. Gerard Butler.
Yeah, having him back in that role was such a good...
It's like it was made for him, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Nick Frost is fantastic in it.
He's great also.
I did see a story about Nick Frost. I don't know if you saw this one or not. It's very, very funny. Of course, his character has only got one leg, as he does in the original. However, I don't know if you noticed this, it's a different leg.
Right, I didn't know that.
It's a different leg because he was due to have actual knee replacement surgery. And he said, can you delay it for a couple of weeks because I want to use your real pain when you're walking around.
Wow.
So he delayed his surgery. He shot on the bad knee, which is why he's hobbling around, as he would do.
Interesting.
And then he got his knee replaced after filming was done.
He's very, very good at it.
Very committed. And he's fantastic. He really is good. And even Peter Serafinowicz, who utters about 4 words in the whole film, is brilliant as well.
But the best and the funniest 4 words in some of the script.
So good. So
yeah,
good.
for sure. Dragons are all really well done.
CGI is fantastic.
It works
CGI
really
is
well.
So good. Yeah.
And this is the thing. If you get CGI right, it can be beautiful. It can be perfect.
Really does.
And so yes.
And like you say, Toothless, they absolutely nailed it. It's similar enough to the cartoon original without being a carbon copy. It's just been ever so slightly polished, I would say.
Yeah, and I think having live action and having actual actors, the voice actors, the voice cast of the originals is phenomenal.
Yeah.
But to have actual actors embodying these roles in real life, in a real frame, and the beautiful scenery as well, the way they've shot. I think it was in Ireland. They shot the actual island of Burke. Sure. I believe it was. Yeah, just beautiful.
On to my only moan, and this is where we differ on this.
We do differ on this, but yeah, go on.
It is 25 minutes longer than the original.
It is,
and I don't feel that was necessary. I feel as a father that I know I'm going to go and watch this with my kids. It's just over 2 hours long, and I can just see them getting fidgety and a little bit. I won't say bored. Bored is the wrong word because do you know what I mean? But they get a bit fidgety and a bit restless and all of that, and I can just see that coming with the kids. If you're going to watch it as an adult, it's great.
Yes.
But I think with kids, they may just get a little bit fidgety. But that is my only complaint.
Yeah, fair.
Other than that, it is 5 stars, 2 thumbs, absolutely brilliant.
It's beautiful. And I say, yeah, for sure. I think it's 25 minutes longer, and I think the original's hour 40. This one is actually 2 hours and I want to say 3 or 4 minutes. 2 hours. It just touches 2 hours.
Yeah.
But for long-term fans and for kids that grew up with How to Train Your Dragon, and for diehard fans, they're going to love this because it gives you that 25 more minutes of just giving it some depth and some nuance into the characters, which I appreciated. Yeah,
you can check out all of these films and tell us what you thought at Gunwolf Keys Cinemas, View Cinemas, and if you want more information on them, head to myview.com. Check out John on a Saturday morning with the legend that is Ian McGuinness every Saturday at 9 a.m.
Indeed.
Right, John, thank you.
Thank you.